Want to learn how to make fursuit eyes that look like this? Well, stay tuned because the following video is going to teach you step by step exactly how to make your very own set of Kemono style eyes. So in order to work on this project, you are going to need the following supplies. Paper to construct your pattern from. I used just scrap paper just because it was sturdy cardstock. Multiple pairs of scissors. I have a pair for cutting foam and for paper. Glue and a glue gun to construct your eye. Markers and pens to make markings on the foam or plastic as well as the paper. EVA foam in 2 or 4 millimeter thicknesses, or white plastic depending on how you construct your eyes. Your painted eye pupil, which I will have a video on how to paint fursuit eyes later in the month. Clear plastic to cover the eye to give it the authentic kimono look, and your fursuit head base to fit the eye into once you're done. Alright, so you are going to start by tracing out a pattern piece that will fit into your base's eyes. Then what I like to do is trace from that pattern onto 2 millimeter or 4 millimeter EVA foam, which is a thicker type of foam. And once I have that traced, I will cut out the foam to start the base of the eye white. And make sure that they fit together and are the same size because of course we want eyes to be symmetrical. Once I've made sure that they are the same size, I will then start to trace out the circle where the pupil will show through. You then want to fold the eye over and cut out the center so that it is a seamless look. Folding it in half makes sure that you don't have to cut through part of the outer part of the eye and it's just one solid piece. Then test the fit of the eye to make sure that it is to your liking and do the same with the other piece. I just like to take the eye that I've already cut out, trace the same size so that everything is even. Again, symmetry is super important with eyes. Once that's done, make sure that they fit, and then you are ready to glue in the pupil of the eye. So just take your hot glue gun and glue down on the pupil and place it into the cut out eyepiece. I actually had redone these eyes, so that's why there was a ring of white around them. You also are going to want to seal up the back of the eye. I added a thin strip of plastic so that no air would go through the eye. This keeps the kimono eyes from fogging up and is super important to do. Next, you are going to want to start building the eye walls. For those, I just cut out the length of the outer part of the eye white base, approximately a ½ inch to an inch, depending on how big I want the eye to be. Then running a thin strip of hot glue around the eye. This is a bit of a slow process, so I do a little bit at a time just to make sure that everything is glued down, because you, again, are going to want these to be sealed, because once these are in the fursuit head and you are wearing it, you don't want any hot air or moisture to get in the eyes. If you have any excess foam, be sure to trim it and then seal up the two sides where they meet so you have a pretty seamless look. Once you have those made, test the fit on the head to ensure you like the shape and that everything sits well together. Now we'll move on to installing the eye plastic. This is what gives kimono eyes their signature look. I use all sorts of different things for my eye plastic. Two particularly favorite things of mine are the plastic from Googly Eyes, which you can buy on Amazon, or sheets of plastic or acrylic or laminate. I will usually trim and cut those out. Depending on how thick it is, you may need to Dremel. And then again, you are going to want to seal this part of the eye as well. Absolutely nowhere can be open, or else moisture and air will get in and the eye will fog and you will be blind. And of course, no one wants that when they're wearing a fursuit. Usually what I will do is I will tack down the plastic and get it as close to the white walls as possible, and anywhere that needs to be filled in, I will just fill in with a wall of glue or add white foam strips to seal the eye. You're going to want to do the same thing with the second eye, tack it down so that it doesn't move, and then work to seal up the open sides of the eye so that no air can get in. Just keep twisting your eye around and checking for any openings, and just running your glue gun over it. This method works pretty well because once I install this into the head, fabric and other forms of material will cover it, so the glue won't be visible once it is installed in the head. It does look a bit rough just by itself, but that doesn't really matter because when it's all said and done, no one is going to see the rough work. But this is exactly what is needed to do in order to get a sealed kimono eye. As you can see, it's incredibly reflective and looks awesome once done. You pretty much can see the entire ring light in the eye, and this is a result of good plastic being used. But at this point, these eyes are pretty much done. You are now ready to install them into the head when you want. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Here's a quick glance at the eyes in my head base now. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps and your support means a ton. Until next time, guys, I'm Kuro from Kemono Dungeon. Bye-bye.